All right, guys, remember the other day when we were talking about living and non-living things? And one of the objectives for our lesson was to be able to recall that living things have basic needs. So what were some of the basic needs we talked about for living and non-living? Who remembers? Victoria?
You need sun and water.
Sun and water. Those are basic needs. Absolutely. What do you want to share, Brooklyn?
That they need water and that they need air.
Water and air. What did you want to add, Zanaya?
They need what we need is food.
Food, that's right, and the food gives us energy. One of the other objectives we talked about the other day was that you guys were going to be able to identify examples of non-living things and living things and distinguish between them, which is something that you guys just did on your paper when you sorted living and non-living things. So let's go over the things that you just sorted, okay? All right, Victoria, the first living thing I see you sorted is a bird. Why is a parrot? Why is a parrot living? How do you know that the parrot is living?
Because it moves and it eats.
Very good. Good job. All right, Miss Brooklyn, one of the things that you glued for non-living was this doll. How do you know that this doll is non-living?
Because it doesn't move and it doesn't talk.
Very good. Sanaya, one of the things that you sorted for living was this grass. How do you know that this grass is living?
Because it grows and it drinks water.
Very good. You guys did great distinguishing between living and non-living things. Awesome job. Last sort that I'm gonna have you do really quick, just as a quick check. I have this farmer right here. Victoria, is this farmer living or non-living?
Living.
Brooklyn, is this bee living or non-living?
Not living.
The bee is not living?
No, the bee is living.
The bee is living. You got confused for just a second. Sanaya, what about this rocket ship?
It's non-living.
Non-living, and how do you know?
Because it doesn't move. Only when people want to move it.
Only when people want to move it. It's right. You're absolutely correct. All right, guys. Great job this afternoon. Now we're going to do one last thing. I'm going to get you started, okay? For living and non-living. So, I have a living and non-living sheet, and I want you to come up. You guys did great sorting examples I gave you and sorting these examples, but now you're going to come up with examples on your own. So I wrote a blank is a living. A boy is living. Is a boy living, guys? Yes. Hold on one second. Raiden and Ricardo, I need you to stop. And then I had to think of something that is non-living. A blank is non-living. Well, I wrote a bus is non-living, right? A bus is not living. Then I had to come up with another non-living thing. So I wrote a boat is non-living and a girl is non-living. So I thought of two non-living. I'm sorry. A boat is non-living and a girl is living. I'm sorry. So I came up with two living things and two non-living things on my own. I came up with those on my own. So what you guys are gonna do the same thing. You can use examples that we've talked about or examples that we haven't talked about that you know are living and non-living things. All right? All right, let me give you your paper and you guys may get started.